Okay, we've got our tech bots looking into. Okay, Aster's back. He's in the Link to the Past. Lake Hylia Island is a Hartkin piece. Aster finds small key in Sanctuary. So that's part of the escape sequence for Hyrule Castle. Looks like Aster's making the early play toward the Lost Woods. There's a couple items there, and he can also check Lumberjack Cave and see if the item there will have Aghanim 1 required. Get small hearts off a tree pole. Small hearts coming off the bush crab. Right, and Lumberjack Ledge is +5 arrow capacity. So the only way we'll need to do Aga 1 now is if it's required for Dark World access. As they're now up into the Lost Woods, while I'm sure we should have our other 3 runners, Nidorific, Zost, and Aussie. We should have them shortly. Mushroom Spot is 20 rupees. He'll grab that because it's right there. And heading down into the pit here gives us a heart. Gets magic off of that tree pole. That's not bad. And so as we're down into Kakariko Town, he doesn't have enough to buy bombs just yet, so we'll see what he's going to go for here. Oh, heading right to the well. There are 4 items in here and then a 5th in the back. If he doesn't get bomb share, he'll have to leave that for now. Well, there's a +5 bomb capacity, not useful. Rupees, more rupees, and missiles. I didn't see what the center chest was because the stream lagged a little bit. Although he now has 100 rupees, which is enough to buy bombs. Now into the back of the tavern. See what we got here. Super missiles. Those will obviously be handy once we get back to Super Metroid. So with that 10 bomb purchase, Asher's going to have plenty to pretty much clear out the entire Sphere Zero. There's some more money in the chicken hut. Pass the hanky, you're welcome. So yeah, Asher's going to head back to the well for the item he had to skip earlier. Makes sense. And there's the mushroom, which do you want to do a fetch quest? Frankly, no, I don't. Alright, from what I'm seeing in our Discord, folks, Lenifis is internet is straight up refusing to cooperate with him. So unless we can get someone else, I'm going to be flying solo for a while. So meantime, Aster is up into Blind's basement. There are some super missiles, regular missiles, money, more money, and a heart piece. Kakariko just not refusing to pay out today. Wow. Bottle Vendor gives us a reserve tank, which is not as bad as you might think, because reserve tanks are counted in energy requirements for Super Metroid Hell runs. Which, if you're not familiar, that's superheated rooms without the various suit, so your energy would be constantly draining in them. And so we've got at the library is a full heart. Definitely won't be coming back for that unless we're absolutely desperate. It looks like Azur's going to check the race game before he does it. If it's nothing, he'll save a little time. If it's something, okay, that's a 300 rupees, I think, but he's not going to take it. Meantime, Link's house is regular missiles. So it looks like Azur's heading for the South Shore area. Probably going to... Most likely he'll be checking the items in the dam, right here. Checks the front chest first, and that gets us a bottle of Mountain Dew. Delicious. And now with the dam drained, there's one more item outside that Azur can get, and we'll see what that soggy thing is. And it's just missiles. Junior K0, if it was 20, wouldn't it have just been a red rupee? Meantime, checking Mini Moldorm, he's got 6 bombs to deal with all of them. 1 down. 2 down. 3 down, and 4. Very nice. Now 5 items in here. We'll see if this pays out. There's a big 20. Missiles. Space jump. And my stream died. Alright, looks like we're finally fully back. So Azur's heading up toward the Ice Rock Cave, because Super Missiles and Power Bombs were the 2 items we didn't see Azur get. Uniterific got his money from the race game. Ossie's heading over to a shop. Zost is out of Mini Moldorm. Azur's over at Ice Rod Cave. Gets 10 arrows out of it. And resets. Meantime, looks like Ossie's heading for the Eastern Palace area. Niterific's heading for the dam. Zost appears. I'm not sure where Zost is. No, yeah, that's the Ice Rod Cave area. All right, so Ossie's checking Sahatra's closet. Now, we haven't seen a map check yet. So there's some power bombs, 50 rupees, and a heart piece in Sahatra's closet. Really nothing there. As we're following what Ossie's been doing, Zost is heading off to the east. Uniterific grabs that missile tank, that soggy missile tank. Looks like Uniterific might be heading to check Agina's cave, the Desert Palace area. Meantime, Ossie is into Eastern. Don't recall exactly how much of this you can do in logic without the lamp, because the link to the path side of the logic never expects dark rooms. Desert Ledge is a big 20. Ozzy heading around to grab this first chest here. There's that big key. Now, Chad, if you can give me a hint, how many prizes are there in Eastern Palace? Yeah, Ozzy and Ash are both there. Ooh, Zoe's already turning in the Zoe's turning in the mushroom real early. Let's see, Zoe has his bottle of Mountain Dew. That also opens up the sick kid back in Kakariko Town. And the mushroom turn-in is just missiles. So looks like Zost is heading south out of... Not sure where he's going. So there's one prize in Eastern Palace, a red rupee. There's the compass on Ossie's side. D-Sit 7, 3 prizes. Thank you. So Ossie about to check the big chest. That's the map. So if I'm remembering this layout correctly, that means the armor sites have to have an item. Because I believe that there'll be one more chest that can. Ossie's going through dark rooms now. That'll get him to the vanilla big key chest. There will be an item in there, and then there will be an item on Armos Knights. Nelson DHA. Yeah, this is version 29 of the Link to the Past logic. It doesn't have the hint tiles. Neaterific gets his check of Mini Moldworm in. Link Force. Eastern Palace red 5/6. Desert Palace green pendant. Hera normal crystal. Thank you. And Ossie finds the first shield upgrade, and with no bow, there's no further he can go in Eastern Palace. As they're doing the dark rooms too. Zo's now up into Eastern himself, while Neaterific is checking the Ice Rod Cave. Aster is through the dark rooms and will be getting his Fisher Price shield momentarily. Ooh, Neaterific takes a death, although that might have just been to set up a death warp. Ossie is into the moat, gets a pocket super missiles, and we'll see what Uncle's got. Like Azur's making the play for the castle too. Uncle's got some missiles. You really wonder if he had those, why he got hurt the way he did. Meantime, Zost is heading through Eastern. Neaterific is heading for the Ice Rod Cave. Azure is finishing up the moat, and looks like Ossie is going to do the castle dungeon. He's got that small key for... Yeah, Ossie and Aster both have that small key from Sanctuary, so they'll be able to put that to use. Ossie gets some super missiles out of the first chest. Neaterific confirms what Link Force told us about the map earlier. Aster is following in Ossie's footsteps into the basement, the dungeon. Looks like Neaterific is making his Eastern play now. Very nice bomb placement by Ozzy. He gets a pack of power bombs out of that. I don't think we've seen the map or the compass yet. So I think they're pretty much I think there has to be something possibly in the back of the escape or in Dark Cross. No Link Force, we have not seen any of Super Metroid yet, because anyone who might have checked... Ooh, there's the screw attack in Zelda Cell. That is some legitimate Super Metroid progression. Okay, no compass in Hyrule Castle, so... We've got the small key that was in Sanctuary. So the map, the three chests in the back of the escape, and Dark Cross. That's what we've got left. That sound about right? As I'm sure you can tell, folks, my Link to the Past is not as strong as my Super Metroid, so I'm going to be really flying by the seat of my pants here. Ooh, Aster is hard resetting to spawn back in Super Metroid, so we'll see some of this now. Now, this is the kind of scenes I like, where there's a lot of possible route divergence. Okay, did Ozzy find the flippers, or did he set up fake flipper? Aster, you have space jump. You don't need to do the wall jumps up to the gauntlet. But regardless, ooh. That was close. He could have soft locked there, but he saved it. So there's the one item here that can be checked, and then later on he can backdoor check the other two items but not get them. Okay, so Ozzy set up Big Flipper. Thank you. Ozzy is also now heading back into Super Metroid, while Nidorific is in Eastern and Zost is doing the castle dungeon. But yeah, don't at me. It's the dungeon. Like, why would you call it the front of the escape and the back of the escape? I don't get that. As they're very efficiently making his way through the gauntlet, very does that very well. Okay, I see Ozzy and Aster both already have 15 power bombs. If the ice beam does not show up, that's enough to clear through all the Metroids in Torian without having to hope for drops or backtrack to refill. As they're now heading down the Terminator room. And there's our Morph Ball. How about that? Okay, now Azur's going to use this to backdoor check the other two items in the gauntlet and see if they're required. I didn't catch what the one on the right was. The one on the left was just rupees. Ozzy gets a very nice moonfall down the old Torian escape shaft. How that works is if you fall in a certain way while moonwalking off a ledge, your vertical speed is uncapped, so you just keep accelerating. Zost got his screw attack and used a bomb to death warp. Nidorific's about to grab his Fisher Price shield, but he's got ooh, okay. I was about to say it doesn't look like he's confident in that glitch there, but he got it. Meantime, Aster is over into Green Brinstar. Ozzy's in Blue Brinstar. Morph Ball Pedestal is missiles. Aster gets the Mock Ball to head through that tunnel at running speed, so he doesn't have to have the speed booster. 50 rupees, vanilla missiles, and a sword. That's nice. And I think I saw the next shield upgrade under the crumble floor. And there's our lamp. How about that? So it looks like Azure is going to skip that second shield. Ooh, Zost almost bought it in the gauntlet. And yeah, he's going to reset to save the energy. Azure is heading for the Eticoons. Ossie's going to get his worm ball right here as Nidorific is doing the castle dungeon. Oh, Chad, I just missed what was in the Etikun in the those items pre-Etikun. What were? Big 20 and missiles. Thank you, Duder K0. Etikun Power Bombs is just regular missiles. And you guys will note that we also have ammo counts. That's part of the randomizer having been upgraded to version 10.2. Okay, so the right gauntlet item was just a heart. One of the more notable changes is if you remember the spring ball bounce to get across the moat heading to wreck ship, that is no longer in logic for the normal side of things. Meantime, Azure is over into Big Pink, is heading into Mission Impossible, takes out the side hoppers with Mission Impossible is just missiles, does not get the Mission Impossible escape. Ossie's go through the early supers room. Zeus is heading into there now, confirming yes, that item was indeed the second shield upgrade. Ossie gets the first shot super missile shot to break that block. As they're now heading over to check the Spore Spawn supers, which is regular missiles. Ossie gets his regular missiles out of Etikun Super. Alright, now the super missile block Azure just shot out. Normally you can't destroy that from where he is. Oh, there's the last shield. How about that? Normally you cannot destroy that block from inside the main Big Pink area, but if you position yourself correctly, you can cause the super missile to accelerate in such a way that it breaks the block off screen before it can despawn. As they're going for the wave gate clip, he thinks he got it. He did. I didn't hear it. That's another trick that's in logic for the hard side. So there's another 20 rupees. He's not going to take it. Looks like Nidorific is still in Link to the Past. Not sure what he's doing. Ossie now reaching Big Pink. Zost heading out of the Etikun area. As they're heading into Green Hill Zone. Zost heading for Big Pink. Very nice mock ball. Green Hill Zone item is 300 rupees, so I think that'll give Azure his Zora money, but I'm not quite sure. Won't know for a fact until he heads back to Link to the Past. Azure are into the new bridge, as it's called, because this is the first place in the game that absolutely requires you to run, and so if you don't know there's a run button, you might get tripped up there. As they're skipping on checking X-ray, Zeus going for his super missile clip to check Spore Spawn supers. Gets it. As they're getting ready to check the Spazer item. Okay, now Nidorific's into Super Metroid. Spader item is a big 20. Ossie going for the super missile clip. Nidorific heading on. As they're into the Brinstar Meridia connection. Ossie getting his Spore Spawn check-in. As they're heading right for Kraid. Nidorific gets his Morph Ball out of Terminator. Zost is checking the Wave Gate room. Ossie is grabbing his red shield and is getting his checks in on his way to Green Hill Zone. All right, Kraid Missiles is an energy tank. That's our first one, aside from the reserve tank that we found on the bottle vendor. As they're now into Kraid's lair proper, I see plus 10 bomb capacity for Nidorific at Omega Missiles, so call because it's the last item you get in 100% item collection speed runs. As you're getting ready for the Kraid fight. Now, a couple of seconds ago, you might have seen on Nidorific's screen there's a new map tile to indicate where the cross-game transitions are. That's an update for 10.2, and another one is that the map should properly track where you have and haven't been, so you can rely on it when you're double checking. Meantime, Aster defeats Kraid with the quick kill, 10 arrows for Nidorific at the bomb Torizo. Doesn't have to fight it because the trigger for that fight is actually having the morpho bombs. Zosh is now back into Retro Brinstar. Opens the door after destroying the side hopper, so he doesn't have to open it again. Item here is another 300 rupees. Skips the missile pack there as they're on his way back out of Kraid. Looks like Aussie is farming power bombs from the B-Toms. I don't think he actually checked X-ray, or if he did, I completely missed it. Nidorific heading up to the Criteria power bombs to check that. A reserve tank at Crady tank. This is construction zone, I think. It's just 3 bombs. 3 more bombs. And Zost is heading up to check the Billy Mays. As they're out of Kraid's lair and heading down to Norfair, Zost gets a great jump. Now, we call this room Billy Mays because you see one item here, plus 5 arrows. But if you act now, you'll also get a plus 10 arrows. All right, as they're checking the high jump area, there's 3 bombs. Bomb capacity upgrade. Gonna bounce back up here and open the door so he doesn't have to open it. Do it again later. Nidorific checking the gauntlet. Zost is heading out of Retro Bryn. Ooh, looking at Zost, I didn't see what Asher just found at the high jump room. Marvelous headlights, yeah, it is that Billy. Say what you will about Billy Mays, he was an amazing high man. Ooh, so hammer at high jump. Thank you. That's a piece of Dark World access right there. Nidorific getting the double fall for the gauntlet. As they're not taking the cross-game transition to Link to the Past, which puts him at Death Mountain. So he's got his lamp, so rescuing Gary the Old Man would be in logic at this point. And it looks like that's what he's going to do. Meantime, Zost is checking Omega Missiles. Aussie did not get the Kraid quick kill. He either bought the DLC or he took Kraid to the prom, whichever you prefer to call it. I like the DLC joke more myself. Zost is now heading back to Link to the Past, while Nidorific is heading down. Yeah, Nidorific is heading down the old Taurian escape shaft. Aster gets a pack of super missiles off the old man, and actually that makes 30 for him. If he was if Charge Beam doesn't show up, that's enough to fight Ridley and win. Ooh, he's only got 1 heart left. He's got to be careful. But he's heading back to Super Metroid. Azure has a total energy capacity of about 300, which I don't think is enough to justify, which is logically does not justify heat runs yet. But Crumble Tower, where he's heading now, is a quick check. So it's out of logic, but if it's something, then you never know. Ooh, it's the Moon Pearl! And Azur's got his Moon Pearl now. Very nice. I don't know if I'm not sure if that specific check is in logic with the amount of energy he has. So we'll see. He's heading back out. Okay, so that's piece 2 of our Dark World access. Now I believe all we need is gloves. But Azur is not going to head back to Link to the Past just yet. Ooh, Zoist is off into the back of the escape. He just found the map at Dark Cross. All right, folks, we've now got Link Force joining us in the Discord to help out Mind of Me with tracking. And thank you, Miss Metroid, who's kindly trying to find a second commentator to give me a hand. I've done this before. It's hard. It's hard, but it's so rewarding, if you know what I mean. Yeah, cheesing it. Reserves do count toward reserve. Ooh, there's our flute in the back of the escape. But yeah, cheesing it. The reserves do count for energy count toward hell runs. All right, let's see. Azur's climbing Red Tower. Looks like he's gonna head over and check the X-ray scope. Not too hard since he's got that. Just got to be careful not to take any damage here because he's only got power food. Those spikes will do 60 damage. Ooh, Aussie grabbing an energy tank out of the inside of Spectacle Rock. I didn't see what was on top of Spec Rock. Uniterific heading out of the construction zone. And ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the Hyrule National Anthem. And as our good buddy Shakes puts it, the goose is loose. All right, so Uniterific is heading back out of Retro Bryn. Azur is checking Alpha Power Bombs, which is the first pack you get in the vanilla sequence, like with no sequence breaking whatsoever. So there we have another energy tank. That's well timed. It gets Azur a refill and a heart piece. Now, it's even more important is that's now 3 energy tanks total. So that puts that Moon Pearl in logic. Aussie rescues Scary the old man and then saves and quits. Zoist is also saving the old man. Azur now checking beta power bombs. Beta power bombs is just another heart piece. Looks like Aussie's heading up toward the castle again. Probably going to do the escape sequence now. And Azur is heading up to Criteria. Most likely he's going to be heading direct ship now. Yep, Aussie is doing the escape. Zoist is doing what he can of Death Mountain. Uniterific gets his check of Spore Swan Supers. And top of Spectacle Rock is 50 rupees. Ooh, second sword upgrade at the moat. Okay, I didn't catch what Azur found in the middle of the ocean. Here he is now checking the bottom of the ocean while Aussie is getting his check of the escape. The bottom of the ocean is just a heart piece. Miss Metroid, thank you for confirming Sky May / middle of ocean is another piece of heart. Zoist gets his hammer. Looks like Uniterific is trying to set up for the Wave Gate clip. Ozzy gets his flute out of the back of Escape. Eurific gets his 20 rupees out of the Wavegate room. As they're now into the Super Metroid Harmless Hellway, because this is... You can check this item before you defeat Phantoon. Oh, it's a blue boomerang. How about that? Zost heading up the elevator, probably going to do make his crane run now. Eurific doing Mission Impossible. Alright, Azur is now at Phantoon. Phantoon has 2,500 health, and he is RNG personified in this darn game. He can move in a fast, medium, or slow pattern before he opens his eye, and once it's open, he can close it quickly, medium speed, or slowly. He has 2,500 health, and he takes double damage from super missiles, but if a super missile doesn't kill him, it'll enrage him, and it'll waste like 30 seconds. Azur was going for Doppler strats there, which the idea there is you move toward him as you fire your missiles, because it takes him 10 frames to close his eye once he opens it. So if you can hit him faster than that, like with the Doppler effect, by moving toward him as you fire your missiles, you can stun lock his eye open. Mullet with headlights. Yes, that is the thing that he could do, but again, the enraged face wastes a lot of time. But regardless, Azur takes Phantoon down, and the wreck ship will now be powering up. Meantime, Ozzy has freed the goose. Eurific is checking the Etikun area. So we are now going to see if we've got a wrecked ship or a stacked ship. In the meantime, Ozzy is checking Agina's cave. I didn't catch what this was earlier. Zost is heading on out of Kraid's lair. Right item in wrecked ship is a heart container. Ooh, Agina's is a bug. That sucks. Plus 5 arrow capacity for Azur. He does not take it. Cheeseinator. The closest thing it came to was Moon Pearl at Crumble Tower. At least so far. Meantime, Azur is heading through the Super Metroid's spiky room of death on his way to the wrecked ship E-Tank. I didn't see if he made a safety save before that. Meantime, Ozzy is heading over to check the Criteria power bombs. Zoe sees his 20 rupees at Spazer. Azur gets super missiles from wrecked ship energy tank. Eurific checking the early supers room. Okay, Azur must not have made that safety save because he's heading back out the long way. After doing a little trick there, because if you crouch, jumping from a crouch actually gives you a little more height than a standing jump does. It's not as relevant in Super Metroid, but Azur actually runs the Hack Super Metroid redesign sometimes, and it is relevant there. Alright, Zost checking X-Ray, Eurific checking Big Pink, Ozzy on his way to wreck ship. Azur making sure to open that door, because if a door is flashing and you don't open it, the next time you come into the room, you need to fulfill the conditions to unlock it again. Going postal on the work robots. Moves them back faster than just the beam. And it looks like that Azur is just going to miss some arrows at the attic missiles. Well, he's not going to miss them, but you know what I mean. Zoe's heading through the Super Metroid Hellway on his way to Alpha and Beta power bombs. Eudorific getting ready to check. Yeah, he's going to check X-ray. Aussie heading down to Fantoon. As they're going to, as they're heading over to check the wrecked ship reserve item. He can't get it. It's hard locked by Speed Booster, but he'll know what it is. Ooh, it's the fire rod. Ooh, so I don't remember. So, Chad, you're going to have to help me on this. Is it possible for the fire rod to not be mandatory? Azure sees missiles. Azure checks missiles at the top of the ocean. It's an energy tank, but it doesn't take him. Oh, right, the torch rooms in Ganon's tower. All right, so among other things, we are definitively looking for the speed booster so we can get to the fire rod in Wreck Shack. Ooh, Link Force also points out if we find bombos, that can skip the fire rod requirement for Ice Palace at least. After he got the bowling Chozo taking a little break, he's got time to catch a drink and wipe his hands. And there are 2 more items down here for Azure to check. Meantime, Aussie's into his Fantoon fight. Going fairly well, it seems. And Fantoon... Ooh, there's our Bombos medallion. Speak of the devil. Okay, so chat, give me a quick rundown. What dungeons would need to... Okay, so if I'm thinking this right, we would need to have both hook shot at Gravity Suit. So we would need pendants at Skull Woods and Turtle Rock, as well as minimal or no progression in either of them for Fire Rod to be optional. Does that sound about right? So yeah, Duder, that was a stacked ship. Okay, I believe with Hookshot we have Azure has going to link to the past. We have access to East Death Mountain now. Zeus coming up to Fantoon as Nidorific is coming up to Kraid. Aster grabs his third energy tank. He's got a capacity of 499 now with that reserve. And he's going to save it the ship to reload. Okay. Yeah, Zeus is doing the Doppler. And Zeus finishes off Fantoon very handily. Aster gets his mom Chorizo check in. Yeah, I don't have the greatest connection where I am right now, so I'm doing the best I can. Azure gets his plus 10 bomb capacity out of Omega missiles. Nidorific gets another reserve tank out of Kraid's E-tank room. And it's definitely too early to call a lead for anybody at this point. Looks like Nidorific's heading down to Norfair. Zost. Okay, Azure is back into Link to the Past. He's probably going to go get his Paradox Cave and Spiral Cave checks in. Hello, Ramen. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Alrighty, as there is in the Paradox Cave, there are 7 items here. 2 down here, and then 2 on the floor above. 5 on the floor above. Ossie's going to get his knowledge of where the fire ride is. Ooh, there's Charge Beam and Super Missiles. Charge Beam is always nice because it means you don't have to search for ammo as much. But until Plasma Beam at least shows up, ammo is still going to be important because without something like Plasma Beam, then Super Missiles are still going to be your best DPS. And the only thing of any real note in Paradox Cave is the Morph Ball Bombs. Morph Ball Bombs can be important because they let you bomb jump. It also means that you can bomb boost yourself if you need to without wasting your power bombs. And since those are finite, that can be an advantage. Alrighty, as there... Look, I didn't quite catch what was on the floating island. It looks like Aster is heading over to Tower of Hera. Now, if memory serves, Tower of Hera has 2 prizes. There's the small key. Okay, so if I'm Aster at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and full clear this. There's the compass. So most likely we're gonna have the big key down here, which is, I believe, the vanilla location. So that means our 2 items will be on Moldorm and in the big chest. Oh, there are 2 chests upstairs, so... Ooh, looks like Nidorific took a death. Sorry, I was kind of hypnotized by Aster's doing his tile dodging. Dudicate0 saying, yeah, Nidorific died in Crumble Tower. Ozzy uses projectile acceleration to fire a missile through that gate and open it from the wrong side. That's another trick that that can be expected by the hard Super Metroid logic. Right, as they're up to 4th floor of Tower of Hera. There's our lift upgrade, and I believe that's our Dark World access. After setting up for the bomb jump, gets it. And there's the Vampire Skewer, the single arrow. So that means Moldorm has the map. Unfortunately, folks, I think we can declare AGA 1 dead at this point. Alrighty, folks, I have now been joined by Rushlight. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm absolutely fine, thanks. Have you been following the race? Do we need to catch you up?
I've lost track for a while, but I was following before that.
All right. Ooh, Aster takes a fall to Moldorm 1. He's only got 1 heart left. That's gonna be that fight's gonna be rough for him.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah, Aussie finds a energy tank at Alpha Missiles. Looks like Aster is just going to use sword strats on Moldorm 1, which is safer than hammer strats, but also slower. Ooh, maybe I'm wrong. Looks like he's kind of going... Ooh, he got him. Very nice.
Good work there.
And as pretty game, Moldorm has the map. And that is our first crystal at 51 minutes in. All right, Zost is checking Bomb Terizo. Eudorific is checking Spectacle Rock. And Aussie is up back into the parlor area. He's going to check Omega Missiles now.
So I'm trying to catch up here. Those checks by Asder here is in Spiral Cave. That's all new.
Yes, Aster is the only one. Aster is the only one who's clear. Aster and Aussie have both cleared out Wreck Ship, but Aster got to it first. Wreck Ship was where we found the hook shot, and we also know Fire Rod is there, but it's speed booster locked.
Right. So Wreck Ship is showing all the new sprites.
Yes. Alrighty, Aster is taking his hammer and his glove and heading for the Dark World. Alright, I see blue pendant at Pod, red pendant at Skull Woods. And I think I saw 5-6 at Ice.
And here's our Hype Cape check. Is there going to be anything this time? Nope.
Energy for Super Metroid is always a valuable commodity until the various suit shows up. But yeah, that was maybe a 2 out of 10.
That's a fair point, but yeah, I think 2 would be as high as I'm going.
Right, Aster's chasing the power glove that he found in Tower of Hera now. He'll get his flute out of here, and in case you did not see Rushlight, Dark Cross is just the map, so...
Nice sync here.
Right. Looks like Zost is heading over to Tower of Hera as well. I had forgotten he did Wreck Ship. I kind of zoned out on that. Meantime, Aussie is heading over to check Crumble Tower. He'll get his Moon Pearl out of here.
Oh, this time around there is no doubt he has the help for it.
Yeah, it wasn't Aussie that took the death doing that. It was Nidorific. Yep, Asder is heading over to Loose the Goose. Aussie also doing the Hell Run to the Ice Beam room. This one requires 3 energy tanks, so we'll see. This is in logic for him. We'll see what he finds. Big 20, underwhelming. Also checking Sick Kid. Get a heart piece out of it. Okay, so most likely Astor's going to take the portal here to the Dark World and then do Village of Outcasts.
He might also dip into Skullwoods, although we know we can't complete it.
Right, Skullwoods is locked by the Fire Rod, although and more than that though, it's a pendant. So looks like you were right. He's at least gonna dip Skullwoods. If memory serves, there are 2 prizes there, correct?
That's correct.
Alright, so he'll hope to find them quickly. Meantime, Zost is heading up Tower of Hera. Eudorific did the fake flippers to... Looks like he's heading for Zora's domain, and oh my gosh, he's got plenty of money for Zora. Ooh, Otzi got the plasma beam off the hobo. Very nice. Looks like Eudorific's going to set up the Moon Pearl water walk glitch. And Waterfall of Wishing, we have Ether. That could be useful. We still don't know either medallion requirement. Ooh, Pegasus boots on Zora Ledge. So that's hard. Is there any way to get to that without the flippers?
There is, but I think it involves having the boots.
Oh, okay.
It's some kind of double waterwalk strat.
Gotcha. Meantime, Zost is fighting Moldorm and takes a fall. Oh, there's our speed booster at King Zora! And that is exactly what we need to go back to the wrecked ship and get the fire rod.
Yeah, he won't have to double dip that, so that will be good.
Absolutely, that'll definitely save him some time. Okay, I think Neaterific has the energy to do hell runs if he's so inclined. Meantime, Ozzy is getting his speed booster. So I would guess he's gonna go right back to Super Metroid and go grab his. Yeah, he's gonna head right back to Super Metroid, go back to the wrecked ship, and grab his fire rod. Now, Neaterific and Ozzy are both out of logic at this point, because, like I said, that speed booster is locked by flippers. Wait, no, it's not. You can't get to King Zora without the flippers because he's who you get them from in the vanilla game, right?
Yep, it's also locked as an option behind gloves, but neither of them has that.
Right. The lift upgrade that Zost and Astor found was in Tower of Hera. Neaterific and Ozzy haven't done that yet.
So I guess they're technically out of logic for their perspective.
And it looks like Astor just found the silver arrows in Village of Outcasts. Brewery is just missiles for Astor. Looks like Zost is checking Nagina's cave. Chess game is a big 20 for Astor. Neaterific is going to get his Bloomerang out of the Super Metroid Harmless Hellway.
It looks like they were just waiting for Speed Booster to go in there so they wouldn't have to risk a double. That's paying off.
Definitely. Meantime, Azure is into Thieves Town. How many prizes are in Thieves Town? I don't remember.
I believe it's 4.
And Azure's already found one of them. Pack of power bombs. There's the big key. Zoe's doing his fake flipper to head to Hobo, I believe. That'll get him his plasma beam. Azure finds another prize, big 20. And takes a death. Even on 10 hearts, green mail in the dark world is still pretty tricky. Zoe's having some trouble setting up the fake flipper out of Hobo, so he just saves and quits. Okay, where is Zost going at this point? What is he looking for?
Guess he's taking the vanilla route there.
Oh, he's taking the vanilla route to King Zora. Okay. Yeah,
And that is one dead ghost.
Yep. Yeah, vanilla route to Zora is not a common thing in the randomizer, is it?
Well, on the account that usually people will fake flipper, it isn't, but it's logic-wise it can happen pretty often.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a lot more familiar with the Super Metroid side of things than I am with the Zelda side of things, so...
It's basically 50-50, I guess, whether it's gonna be gloves or flippers that first put it in there.
Gotcha. Alright, meantime, Azure is making his way through Thieves Town. Zoe's just hard resetting back to Super Metroid. He's probably going to go grab that fire rod as well. Okay, looks like... not... Oh, Zoe's just going to go check the Criteria Shaft Supers before he checks Red Ship. Neaterific making a convenient save so that if he decides the item at the Wreck Ship E-Tank is not worth it, he can just reset. And let's see what Blind Pun has for us today. Gardeners like to spring into action. I get it. Now, Blind always takes 9 hits, no matter what weapon you're using. And I believe the fight is scripted the first time you enter it, but if you take a death and have to come back, then it's just whatever.
Yeah, the script works by hitting blind on the first possible frame every time.
Got it. So, is there how hard of a window is that to hit?
It's basically the first frame that he becomes vulnerable after the previous hit. So with your sword poking out, you have some leeway.
I thought I just saw Aster get the Cane of Samaria off of Blind, but our tracker seemed to think it was the bow. Could you tell what it was?
No, I missed it.
We'll find out for sure when next time Aster pauses.
So I was continuing to check the speed booster locations, going to Waterway.
And Aster gets 19 digs for a blue rupee. That's rough. Ossie's into Tower of Hera now. Ooh, Zosh found X-ray scope somewhere. He's one piece away from being able to use the Super Metroid microwave strat. And we know where Charge Beam is in Paradox Cave, so I'm sure Zosh will get it at some point. So we may see Baboon and Dragon get microwaved. Oh, Duder, thank you. X-ray was in Spiral Cave. I missed that. Billy Mills 111. This is hard logic for Super Metroid. There's no logic settings for Link to the Past yet. After getting his check of Spectacle Rock in, Ozzy heading up toward Moldorm, going to get his lift upgrade here, and with it his Dark World access. And Aster is back into Super Metroid. And we're going to see some hell runs, folks.
I haven't kept up. I imagine we're running out of checks now with neither suit being available.
Hell runs like Aster is doing now are explicitly in logic on the hard setting, so he is following the logic at this point. I see Cathedral is just a big 20, and there are a number of locations here that he can check. Speed Booster would help with some of them, but it's not essential. Father Mucker 1129. This is a free-for-all race. Bubble Mountain item is Literacy, Book'em Bundora. That's access to Desert, which I believe is the green pendant. And I think we hit... Okay, Desert could be boots locked, depending on key layout. Alright, Aster made a safety save. In here, we've got Blueberry. Ossie's fighting Moldorm. Zosh is heading for Crocomire. And Aster finds the bug net on the spacer. And I don't think he's going to make it out of here. Ooh, it'll be close. He might make it. That was very close. And it looks like... Yeah, as you're doing a Crystal Flash, which consumes 10 of each ammo to refill your health. Absolutely makes sense. But behind Crocomire is missiles. And then I believe there are four items back in the back of Crocomire's area that Zosh can check as well.
That's exactly right.
So there's the post-Crocomire power bombs, there's Cosine Wave Room, Indiana Jones, and the grappling beam. And there's our flippers at Speed Booster. Those Crocomire power bombs is just a missile pack.
Wait, we have flippers at Speed Booster. Wasn't Speed Booster at flippers?
Hey, you're right. That's a good point. Cosine Wave Room is another energy tank, which continuing to make Hell Runs a little more comfortable. Looks like, meantime, Neaterific's at the top of the red tower. Looks like Ossie's going to get his Village of Outcasts check in now. He might also do Skull Woods because he does have that fire rod.
Although, as you pointed out, it is a pendant.
Meantime, Asder is checking the wave beam area. There was super missiles. Okay, so yes, 5-6 crystal at Ice Palace. Ice beam at wave beam. Ooh, it's going to be real close for Asder. And he pauses to refill his reserves, which is good, because if you let the reserves refill you automatically in a heated room, you'll keep taking damage while they're refilling.
That was apparent at the Wreck Ship Reserve, at Norfair Reserve, that is, when he ended up at 150 after the reserve activation.
Right. The time it takes each tank to fill you results in a loss of about 30 health. Meantime, Zost is heading back out of Crocomire's area. Got a high five between Astor and Zost. And yeah, Ossie is doing Skull Woods while Neaterific is heading backwards up Green Hill Zone. Asher refills at the energy charge station, which is absolutely a good call. Now, Crocomire does not take damage like a normal boss does. He'll back up 1 step for each missile you shoot into his mouth, and 3 steps for each super missile. I'm not sure about Charge Beam, though. So the idea is just keep backing him up until he falls in the lava. And Zost is just going to nope on out of the Norfair Reserve Room without getting Spacer because he's got Plasma. Alright, Neaterific's about to check Waterway, which I think was just a heart container.
Yep, it was a heart.
Asher showing off his bomb dumping skills while he waits for Crocomire to break the wall. Has Ozzy found any of the prizes in Skull Woods yet? I haven't been keeping track. I've been paying attention to Astor.
I couldn't say either, but it looks like no.
Well, yeah,
or at least,
right. He's still pushing through here, so. And I believe Skull Woods has 2 prizes?
Yep.
Alright, he has 3 small... Okay, he's death warping. Alright. Oh. Ozzy has 3 small keys. Is there anything we can infer about what he's been doing in Skull Woods from that?
I don't think so. I don't think there's really any key doors you really need to go through except here at the back end.
Okay.
I did notice that Aussie went in that room with the guaranteed key.
All right, and Aussie is now fighting Mothula. Now, seriously, who thought this fight was a good idea? Moving spikes, conveyor belt floor. Mothula doesn't take damage if you knock him into a spike. It's just, what?
I can get on board with that part. It's a bug for a bug.
I get it. But Aussie takes him down, and we'll see what Mothula was holding. An energy tank, so nothing doing. And as they're now heading back to Link to the Past. So we'll see where he heads now. Okay, where is Asner heading? Is he doing the Zora play?
Looks like it.
All right. Well, that'll get him his speed booster, and since he does have the flippers from the Wapey room, he'll also be able to get his Pegasus boots. Meantime, Nidourific is checking Paradox Cave. Aussie is checking. Aussie's in the Dark World somewhere. Zoast is checking Ice Beam location and Crumble Tower.
Looks like Aussie went to check Bumper Ledge, but I missed what it was.
I didn't catch it either. All right, looks like Azure is resetting to Super Metroid, and he'll go grab his Fire Rod. Gonna use the ship to reload. Good idea. Nidourific's gonna get his lift upgrade out of Tower of Hera. Aussie doing Thieves Town.
Host with the Ice Beam escape.
Very nice. Azure absolutely zipping across the ocean. Zoast is getting his Waterfall of Wishing checks in now that he's got his flippers. And he'll also be getting his Pegasus boots.
No doubt about it, this was the place to go fast.
Absolutely. Meantime, Ossie's working on Thieves Town. Duder, Ether was at Waterfall of Wishing. I'm pretty sure he did get it. Now, I think our next major progression item is going to be the Titansmiths, because nothing. There's no way those are not required, correct?
Exactly, you need the myths to access Ganon's tower.
Right, and Zeus found a mail upgrade, I think, at King's Tomb, or was it Bonk? No, it was Bonk Rocks.
Yeah, it had to be Bonk Rocks. We can't do King's Doom yet.
Yeah, we are also looking for the mirror because Swamp is a crystal. Right, Nitorific is done with Tower of Hera, heading over to the east. Looks like Nitorific's doing Spiral Cave now.
Meanwhile, Lassie making short work of blind.
And Aster is back into Super Metroid. He's heading backwards up Green Hill Zone. Meantime, Zosh hard reset to spawn back in Super Metroid. Alright. Okay, so Zosh got his charge beam, he's got plasma, he's got X-ray scope. We may be seeing some microwave shrimp when he fights Dragon. Meantime, looks like Zosh is heading back to Rex ship to grab his fire rod. Aster is checking the waterway. Ossie is heading for race game, and Nitorific is getting a map check. Let's go Pens. I believe Silvers were somewhere in Village of Outcasts, but I don't recall exactly where. Because I know that was around when our tracker marked them on Aster's track. Oh, Sea House. Thank you.
Exactly.
Meantime, looks like Aster is doing his retro Bryn checks, and Zeus gets a very nice shine spark across the bowling alley. Aster finishing out his retro Bryn check by heading up to Billy Mays.
Because everyone needs more arrows.
And he just nopes right on out of there. All right. The item tracker has gotten pretty full at this point. I know Varia is debatable at this point because we can hell run. I don't remember if Lower Northfield hell runs are a thing, although I know like Aster has done them before. Gravity Suit might not be required if we can get to the shopping mall area, which is where the cross-game portal to Meridia is.
I think at this point, Varia is pretty much something you are going to get since it's behind Mirror and we know it's needed anyway.
I'm sorry, how do we know Varia is behind Mirror?
I believe it was on Floating Island, or I may have gotten that wrong.
Oh, that is possible. I didn't catch what was on Floating Island when our runners. Oh, Link Force viewer pointing. Link Force. Thank you for confirming that, Link Force. I didn't see it there either. Thank you. So, if we can get to the Dark World area where the Ice Rod Cave is, that gets us into Meridia. But I think then we need, without Gravity Suit, then we need Grappling Beam, and Spring Ball would also be very nice, but not essential. Alrighty, looks like Aster is going to go do Desert Palace. Haven't seen this yet.
And we know he can full clear, so it's a good call.
Not to mention, I believe it's the Green Pendant, which is another item we can get from the Hashra. Now, Desert itself has 2 prizes, correct?
Yep, 2 prizes.
Meantime, Ossie's doing some hell runs. Zoish is in Skullwoods, and Nidorevic is in Thiefstown. So, small key on the torch, so it was indeed... Desert was indeed boots locked.
Logically speaking, for sure. Functionally, maybe not, right? Oh no, that's the last chest, so never mind.
Oh, how about that? There's our Gravity Suit.
No suitless today for Aster.
Now, I think that's the vanilla location for the big key, isn't it?
Oh, I don't do vanilla anymore.
Yeah, I played the vanilla game once, and then all of my exposure since then has been through randomizers and this. And there's our second prize. So Aster is going to go ahead and nope out of there and hope that the green pendant is nothing. Leadfeather 8989. The person behind the code logic that makes the randomizer work is Total. And no, the seed was randomly generated. This is not a plando, as it's called. The seed was not planned out. Alrighty, Aster used the cross-gate portal to head to Super Metroid and is going to go chase that Gravity Suit. Aster gets a very Oh, there's our Titan's mitts! So that's locked by Speed Booster 2. I didn't catch Wizard Crab Supers. Rushlight, did you see that?
No, I missed it.
Okay. Now, anyone who was watching what Aster was doing, while you're holding the run button, your speed increases steadily. But the variable that controls if you have speed echoes only increments on a specific frame of the running animation. So what he was doing was tapping the run button and tapping the movement button in such a way that he got the speed echoes in a much shorter runway than usual. After climbing Mount Everest, as it's called. Okay, it looks like he's just gonna go mode Meridia because he's not heading up to check the beach or the watering hole. Aqueduct items are right here, so he will check those. There's another 300 rupees and a heart. Billy Mills, yeah, Aster absolutely has the advantage at this point. I believe the only items he still needs for go mode are the Varia suit, the mirror, ice rod, because Turtle Rock has a crystal, and then whatever medallions are required for Turtle Rock and Misery Mire. Aster gets a very clean Bot Moon fight. Aussie gets his Cane of Samaria off a blind. Zeus takes a Death in Skullwood, although possibly just for Death Warp. And
I think we're also missing Bo for Eastern.
Yes, you're absolutely right. In Asda, if you're being serious, Aster was Elminster. Meantime, Aussie just killed Crocomire with one shot because Crocomire is not flagged to stop plasma beam shots because you're not supposed to be able to have it for him. So it just goes right through him and hits him multiple times. And now you can see the Evirs there dancing out the words Keiko Love in English cursive. The dev who snuck that little Easter egg in did it as a nod to the girl he was dating at the time. After using Shine Spark strats on Dragon, which they are very effective against him. And Aster achieves Blue Suit by killing Dragon with the Shine Spark. The reason that happens is because when you kill Dragon, you're forced into a standing position so that you can't soft lock if you killed him by letting him grab you and then electrocuting him with those broken turrets and the grappling beam. Ooh, bottle of Mountain Dew Code Red for Aster. But yeah, so if you kill Dragon with a Shine Spark, the variable that controls those helmets has speed echoes is not properly cleared, so you permanently have them until you press the run button. Alright, Aster's got options, so where will he go from here? Alright, he's gonna head out this way to Gonna head to the Alms here, and he's gonna head to. Oh, that was a hard hit. He's gonna head to the shopping. You're gonna head to the Dark World Ice Rod Cave location. But he was just using it for the save and quit.
Lots of options that is with Mitz, so I guess Meyer is a good call.
That also gives him backdoor access to Lower Norfair if he wants to try to hell run it, and I have seen him do that before. Meyer had his big 20 in a reserve tank. Did you catch what medallion Meyer was?
Unfortunately, I didn't, but I guess he has it.
Oh, it's Bombos. Oh, there's nothing stopping him from full clearing Meyer at this point, correct?
I believe that's right. You need boots or hookshot, plus a fire source, plus red cane, and that's it.
Got it. Meanwhile, it looks like Aussie is finally heading back to King Zora to grab his boots. Neaterific doing fire rod strats on Mothula. And takes him down. Uh-oh, Azur's timer just went red. He's behind the split. Looks like Ossie's heading over to do Bonk Rocks. He'll get his blue mail out of that. And there's one prize out of the two in Misery Mire, a heart piece. Another small key. Meantime, Neaterific's in Business Center. Zosh is checking brewery. Ossie's making his desert play.
And Neatorific going for the hell run.
Yeah, I think the way the scene is played out, hell runs were mandatory. And there's the other prize. Missile pack in the big chest. So Asher's just gonna finish up Meyer now. Get it done and out of the way. I can't say I'm looking forward to. I bet he's not looking forward to Master Sword no bow Vitreous though.
I know I wouldn't.
Alright, Neaterific is into Bubble Mountain. Looks like he's going to make a safety save here. And Aster is just about up to Vitria, so we'll see how this fight goes. Looks like he's taking some intentional damage to set up spins. Seems to be working well enough. And I think he's got that bottle of red goo, just in case. Yep, he does, and he's using it. Alright, that's all of the Viddy's little eyeballs down. Now he's going to go for hammer strats on Vitry. Absolutely beautiful fight. And for Metroid, that's crystal number 3, and that's all. And he's also got 3 Super Metroid bosses down. Eurific gets his flippers. Zost gets his second prize out of Desert, and he's gonna nope out of there. Meantime, Ossie's heading over toward Dragon. Zost is heading back for the Dark World. And Aster's gonna do Ice Palace now, I bet. Yeah, it looks like Aster's just calling it go mode at this point, because he's just flying through this game now. Alright, we're up to Dragon and Ossie, and looks like he's going to go for the microwave strat. Real quick. Certain events continue to run while the game is paused by the X-ray scope, then that includes things like invincibility timers running down. So the idea is okay, so here it goes. Ossie fires the shot, uses the X-ray scope to run out Dragon's invincibility frames, releases it so the shot hits him again, and so on and so on and so on until right there he's forced into the standing animation like I mentioned when Aster killed him with the Shine Spark, and that's how you know Dragon's dead. And for those a little less technically inclined, it's the Yellow Devil pause trick from Mega Man. Jay Kramer, yes, Aster is playing very boldly at this point. He's not gonna go for the bomb jump here. That surprises me. I think he usually does. Meantime, Zost is going for the microwave shot on Dragon as well. Doesn't quite get the one shot. Alright, Ossie's going to give us our first look at the Meridia Sand Pits. There's the bomb capacity, and there's the cape. Interesting. Looks like Ossie's going to take the cape at least. Now, I believe if Ossie wants to try to go for going for Shack Tool, I believe the ice clip is in logic on the hard setting.
Yep.
But yeah, looks like he's not going to bother though. Either that or he's just... Oh, he's going to go back around and check the other sand pit too. So, yeah. Ooh, very efficient green gauntlets. Gets it first try. Oh, he's also needs to get his Titan Smiths out of Main Street. Oh no, that's right. He came in the back. He backdoored Meridian, so he didn't see that before. Looks like Zost also backdoored Meridian. Looks like he's got to head up and check the beach and the watering hole. Now, if there's something important here, then God only knows when Azra's going to get back to it. Well, there's an energy tank. Not critical, but again, very nice until we get that area. I didn't catch what was at watering hole.
It was nothing useful. I believe a missile and a bomb capacity upgrade.
Okay. Meantime, Azir is about to fight Cold Stare. Doesn't have full magic, so he has to use bombos to melt the shell. Wouldn't have enough shots with the fire rod. Going for grouping and hammer strats on the puffs. Gets it to start, can't maintain it, but switching to fire rod to finish for bigger damage. 1, 2, 3. Very nice Cold Stare fight. And Cold Stare is just holding the small key. Billy Mills, X-ray is nothing. All right, and now we're going to see the right sandpit from Aussie. Got a missile pack and the other mail upgrade. He'll definitely take that.
Something interesting happening here is this seed is looking pretty linear, and we have Zos and Aussie pretty much racing directly against each other with like 30 seconds, a minute apart.
Good point. I didn't pick up on that. Yeah, Aussie's going for the Shack Tool ice clip.
I think it's worth
Go ahead.
I think it's worth mentioning that ice clip is out of hard logic, as far as I know.
No, the ice clip is in logic for hard. And Turtle Rock is also bombos. So Otzi turned off Screw Attack to make setting up the ice clip a little easier. Gets it. Alright, looks like Esther is doing Super Bunny Cave before he goes for Turtle Rock. And nothing doing. Meantime, Ossie's a check tool, which is basically, oh my gosh, Ossie and Zost are literally screen for screen. Right, Esther is also going to do Hookshot Cave. Ooh, Esther also has the tablets open to him if he wants to go for those at some point. Because this is still version 29, so the tablet bug in version 30 is not a thing. And the only thing, Red Meringue and Magic Powder in the... Ooh. Red Meringue and Magic Powder in Hookshot Cave, and Half Magic a check tool. Yeah, Zost and Ossie are both going to take that. So Esther can do everything in Turtle Rock except Trinex, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Although it should be noted that Mimic Cave can't be done.
Right, because that requires Mirror.
Although that's technically not in Turtle Rock.
Alright, Zost is up into the front of Meridia. He's going to check the Plasma Beam location. Alright, how many prizes are in Turtle Rock? Because we just saw the first one.
I believe there are 5.
Got it. And Plasma Beam is nothing.
So far it looks like all those Asder skips are paying off.
Indeed. Joe's heading backward through Cacatac Alley. Not sure what he's going to do from here. Neaterific is getting Desert done. Ossie is doing Super Bunny. Vanilla Big Key and Turtle Rock. Ossie heading to Hookshot Cave. Zoe's checking the sand pits. Now, if memory serves, Rushlight, if you don't have an invincibility item and you don't have Mirror Shield, then Laser Bridge is out of logic, correct?
I think so, but I'm not certain. Wait, it's Zelda, so yeah, there's one logic there. Yeah, you're correct.
Right, well, the thing is, we know where we know where all 3 shield upgrades are. Just nobody took the one in the early supers room. So mirror shield is in logic. So laser bridge is in logic.
We also know that cape is in logic.
Right, that too. Looks like Aster's hoping and praying for that ice rod on Laser Bridge. There's some blueberries. Blue rupee. Heart piece. And I think this last one has to be the small key. Yep, so that's Turtle Rock full cleared, and we don't know where Ice Rod is.
It was a gutsy play, but now he's looking at a double dip.
And Turtle Rock is one of the longest double dips if you do it like that, is it not?
It is pretty long.
Right. Aster turning his pendant in. Just a missile pack, if I recall correctly, and I do. So we're... Now, if I'm him, I would go to CAC now and turn in that powder. Called it. Honestly, I think at this point I would also go check PED, just in case. And Magic Bat just pays us 20 bucks. Alrighty, looks like we are indeed getting that ped check. Ooh, get the full event. Get the full magic from the tree bonk. Okay, yeah. Unless he's gonna do Skull Woods, then this is a ped check.
No mirror, so...
Oh, so yeah, he's doing Skull Woods. So missing Ice Rod, Bow, and Mirror for Go mode, I believe. And Varia. Ozzy's making his Skullwood, his Ice Palace play at this point. So is Zost, and Nidorific's heading on through Meridia. Aster takes a death. Ooh, he's still on his green mail.
That was a death warp, though.
Oh. Is Mothula's room always that laggy?
It gets laggier when you hold the spin.
Oh. One heart left. He's got to be real careful. Got him. Very nice.
Nice clutch kill.
Have magic paying dividends for Aussie as he fights Cold Stare. Azure quits out of Skull Woods. And where's he gonna head now?
I thought he would have gone to check blacksmith or something, but nope.
Looks like we're gonna get a lower Norfair dip because that's the only thing he can. That's the only thing he can do here.
I'm a bit surprised by that, because as far as I know, Mirror can't be behind that.
You were saying?
Yeah. Oh, that is the one check you can do.
That. All right. So, okay, apparently he never did a Gina's Cave either, so he's going to get that done now. Billy Mills, Aussie is checking it. It looks like he's going to check Gold Torizo as well. Looks like a bee in a bottle at the missile item. And look, all right, looks like he's got Gold Torizo in the loop. He'll be able to kill him easily here as long as he's got. It looks like he's got plenty of energy to do it with. Eaterific takes out Dragon. Gold Torizo Super Missiles is just a hard piece. Yeah, if Aussie wanted to, he's got enough ammo and enough health. He could pretty comfortably hell run Lower Norfair if he wanted to. As was pointed out, the logic does not expect that, but he could. Aussie doing Checkerboard Cave, which Aster did not do, but it's just a missile pack, so nothing doing there. He looks like he's going to do make his Meyer play now. Alrighty, say goodbye to Hell Runs. And now he's going to go right for Lower Norfair, which absolutely that's the best option he's got right now. And he's not going to check Gold Torizo. That's a pretty bold move at this point, because he's still looking for the Ice Rod and the bow. Ooh, gets trolled by the blocks. Still getting trolled by the blocks. Alright, as for now, into the worst room in the game, so named because it lags like a jerk and it's just generally hard to do effectively. Now at Mickey Mouse, we've got the Tempered Sword, which is great because that means we no longer need to rely on spin strats against Ganon. Yeah, Aster has to be beyond comfortable with his ammo and his energy count at this point. Alrighty, what if we got a Power Bomb of Shame? The Cane of Burna. Not what we need, but it's a thing.
I guess it'll cover for the cape he never got, but I doubt he'll ever use it.
Might use it if he checks Spike Cave. I don't think we've seen Spike Cave yet. Oh, what was it, Duder? Oh, 10 arrows. Okay. Now, Ridley has 18,000 health, but he takes double damage from super missiles, which is 600 total, so 30 supers will take him down. Elm has Charge Ice Spacer, which I believe is 120 damage a shot. Might be 200. So yeah, he's not going to waste time with the Charge Beam. Very clean Ridley fight. Ridley, post Ridley is Vanilla Energy Tank.
Ozzy here reaping some rewards from the Sand Big Chat, using the cape to kill the little.
Very, very efficient Vitreous fight so far on Ozzy's part. Very good fight for Ozzy. Zo's now over into the mire area. Slow guy is slow. We have not seen Pod at all. Firefly E-Tank, it's just missiles. You check the post-morph maze room, that's also just missiles. Now, I believe there are 2 more items in here. The Hoda Ruby Special in this next room, and then the Franker Z room off of Three Musketeers.
Yep, that covers it.
Hoda Ruby Special is Power Bombs. Don't know why it's called Hoda Ruby Special, because that really had nothing to do with the famous speedrunner Hoda Ruby.
I believe it has to do with some spring ball, mock ball that is done to break the bomb blocks up there in the main.
But Azure does find Weight Beam at the Franker Z room, which is the last beam upgrade. I think at this point, Super Metroid has basically been full cleared. I don't think anything is left that we haven't seen. So whatever we're going to find, it has to be a Link to the Past. Looks like Ossie's also making the leap of faith into Turtle Rock. Unfortunately, we know it's not going to pay out. As they're heading back to Link to the Past, so we'll see where he goes now. Heading for Link's house.
Swamp Palace makes sense.
Do we have both 5-6 crystals yet? I don't remember which one. I don't remember where they were.
According to the trackers, one of them is Eastern, which we can't do.
Got it.
But yeah, I really agree with this call here. Going to Swamp Palace, it's a crystal. You got 6 items in there. You're likely to find some.
Absolutely. Dr. Amamine, no, pot has not been touched at all. Billy Mills, I don't think we have anything left in Super Metroid. Meantime, Neaterific is also using Cape Strats on the Vitreous eyeballs. And Deutercade0 makes a good point. We have not checked Ether, we have not checked Bombos.
If you look at Neaterific's screen, you'll see that the magic is reducing very slowly because of the sword slashes being spammed.
So Cape only... So if you're not in a kind of an idle animation, I guess I'd call it, then Cape doesn't reduce, the Cape doesn't drain?
Something like that, as I understand it. If you grab the wall, it won't drain at all.
Yeah, that part I knew. Ripfun, yes. The Super Metroid part is almost always the faster part of the double rando.
The thing about Super Metroid is it's just gated by less items, so it just tends to open up quicker.
Good point. Hadn't thought about it like that. Ossie doing hammer pigs before he takes Jeremiah back home. Hammer pegs is just blueberries. Neaterific checking King's Tomb. And it's just a heart piece. Smiths are missiles. Still nothing in swamp so far. Ashi taking the magic bat. Buterific gonna get his blue mail out of the bonk rocks. Looks like Astor is gonna have to come back for the left side swamp items.
If he chooses to.
Well, considering that one of the items he's missing is the ice rod, and that can be literally anywhere, I would.
I would as well, but we've seen him do some skips, so who knows how much he's
True.
willing to gamble.
Very true. Also see what Argus has. The map. All right, I had a glitch on my end. I didn't see what Astor just found at the Bombos tablet.
I missed that, but I did see that the lunchbox was a big 20. And Ozzy's gonna check Bombos, so here we go.
Super missiles. Okay. Astor now about to check K45. Big 5. We haven't found shovel yet, have we?
I think we have. But I'm not sure where it was, I just think I saw it.
Well, that's what I'm checking now. But to no avail.
We're getting pretty low on checks, starting to smell like pod.
Yeah,
And that's what Soms is thinking.
Yeah, someone said earlier that the worst thing possible at this point would probably be Ice Rod in Dark Maze and then Bow on Trinax. Yeah, we got Zos making the pod play. Azure is doing the Smith and probably the lunchbox.
It would be really funny to have progression in pod, considering we're just starting out with 10.2, where you're less likely to have progression in pod, but that doesn't mean it can happen.
Right.
At the very least, it's not bow locked.
Well, if there's going to be progression here, it would have to be not bow locked at this point. Actually, the fact that it's not bow locked, see, I would say that indicates there could be progression here.
Of course, Zos doesn't care whether it's bow locked. Still going that way.
Right, because he can use... Right, there's the bottle glitch here.
So Zost is using the potion while hugging the wall and going left, and as you can see, this means that the screen is not centered and he can make the mimics go away and the game thinks they're dead.
Let's see if this pays off for him. There's the big key. What does that gain in this dungeon?
This opens up the boss and the big chest, and it tells us that the boss is Bolok. However, we don't know that we need him.
Got it. Those gets a reverse bonk for super missiles. That was pretty cool.
And I guess the boss is always Bolok, so twice so now.
Aster gets his blue mail as Ozzy's getting into the Ridley fight. Eudorific heading on through Ice Palace.
Has anyone
Aster
been to
taking-
Catfish?
No, I haven't seen Catfish, and I don't think we've seen Graveyard Ledge either. But Graveyard Ledge is nothing. Billy Mills, if it was checked, I didn't see it. Corporal Spider, thank you for confirming. Zoe standing up for a bomb jump to the pod big chest. And gets an energy tank for his trouble. Now the dark maze is not Bolok, correct?
I couldn't swear it. Because of key logic, I would assume it is.
Well, there's her bow!
Okay, so this is like commentator's blessing. Whenever I think something can happen, it does.
Alright, Neaterific is done with Ice Palace. And there's our ice rod! We are in no mode, I believe. Alrighty, Ezra, what do you have going on now? Pod is the play. Alrighty, is this Aster making the pod play? Yeah, I need to step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
So here we have Zost going for King Helmasaur. Or not. And this was a play that we knew Asder wouldn't make because he's gonna hit go mode before then. Meanwhile, it looks like Nitorific is getting ready to dip Turtle Rock and then be disappointed. Or they can make me lie and just go to Hookshot Cave.
And I'm back. Did I miss anything?
No, we had Zeus back out of pod and go to Eastern, and that's about it.
Gotcha. Did Zeus finish pod or no?
No, he didn't. Just made me lie.
That's unusual. Oh, right. It is a pendant, so... Did Aster do the potion glitch?
I think not.
Okay.
I'm guessing they want to save that time because Bo can't be there.
Right, and yeah, Pat is dead, folks. Unless it's ice. Yeah, Pat is dead. Pat is completely dead. No, Aster. Oh, okay. Please go do the dark maze, but he'll get his ice rod here. Alrighty, folks, this is it. And that's it, folks. At 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 15 or so seconds, Aster is in go mode. We have not had any .duns in the SRL chat, although PP-chan did forfeit. So, looking like Aster might be our first finish. How exactly is Zeus dashing with the bomb? I thought dashing decoupled it from you.
There's ways to do it by dashing directly after a hook shot or after taking damage.
Huh, I didn't know that.
I can't really do it. I think it has to be exactly the frame after or something.
Okay. Well, Pyramid Ledge is missiles, which is absolutely nothing. And Pyramid Fairy is Quake and Mountain Dew Voltage. And as Zeus is going to toss a bottle in there, see what we get out of it. Gets Mountain Dew Code Red out of it. Gunner K0, no spoilers, you got it. Sorry. As you're absolutely annihilating the Armos Knights. And Aster just has to now Gomo Turtle Rock because he's already completely cleaned it out. And then he has Ganon's Tower and Mother Brain, and that's it. Billy Mills, I'd say 25 minutes.
It looks like Zost is heading to Turtle Rock, where he won't find anything, but he can clear it.
Yeah, he's got to make that lower Norfair dip to get the mirror. Looks like he's venting a little bit of frustration with the seed.
Meanwhile, on the top left, you can see Nitorific's hope slowly die.
Press F to pay respects, folks.
No ice rod on Laser Bridge. Looks like Hossie's making the play.
Cobra Spider, we all told we have Asdar, Karakarn, Hitaka, Nitorific, Aussie, Prier, Zimnala, and Zost Racing. So that's 8 people left. After makes very quick work of Trinex's elemental heads. And very quick work of the snake form too. So that is his 7th crystal. And so now we have a little game we like to play. It's not official because we're not running a tournament right now, but there are 22 locations in Ganon's Tower where that big key can be. Get your guesses in chat now.
And are you going to guess anything, Big Bogt?
I'm gonna guess what I always guess. 4 always wins.
I'm just gonna go with my usual tribute to Stephen King's Dark Tower, and I'm gonna guess 19.
Yeah, I read the Dark Tower a long time ago. I don't remember how 19 comes into it.
It's a pretty significant number throughout.
I've been meaning to go back to them. I have so many other books to read.
So many books, so little time.
Absolutely. Chest number 1 is the high jump boots. Chest number 2 is 10 bombs, so we're going left side. Now, high jump is one of those items you don't realize how much it helps you until you try playing the game without it. The torch is a red rupee, so that's number 3. I lose because number 4 was the map. Number 5 was a small key. Number 6 is another small key. And number 7 is 3 bombs. He's going to mirror out. He's going to take those small keys and go right side now. Haven't seen that before.
Hauser is pretty fond of going with that Dark Magician route.
As they're not going to stop for tile room.
Meanwhile, Aussie finds his bow in pod and is just about to hit go mode when he finds his ice rod down there.
If I'm remembering my times correctly, that's about 23 minutes of gap between Aussie and Asner. Meantime, 8, 9, 10, 11 were apparently Butter Sword and Grappling Beam.
And Spring Ball.
Oh.
All the convenience. And as they're making a liar out of me, he did use the cane.
That Monkey 42, thanks for confirming that. That's what I thought it was. So that's 12, I believe. As Aster hits down to the Ice Armos. $13, $14, $15. So Ganon's tower just not cooperating whatsoever. $16.
Oh no, does those have a fairy? He doesn't.
Oof. $17. So we've only got the Rando room left and Tile room. $18. And it's $19.
Hey, will
Anybody
you look
guess
at
19?
that? I did.
You did. And Azure is now heading up Ganon's tower. Meantime, Aussie's just about to try an X. Oh no, he's not. And Azure into what I call the escalating gauntlet. You start off with enemies and conveyors. Then you add a laser. Then you add another laser and spikes. And then you add ice.
And this time around, Zeus gets him. Trinex is down.
Azure sticks each of the Lembolus with a silver arrow for a 0-cycle kill. Azure gets the Wizrobe Samaria strats and gets it very handily. Have a good night, Lake Force. Oh dear, Elm is sitting on his pause menu. So what is going on with Elm?
His timer is frozen now.
His internet's probably not cooperating, because I know that's a chronic problem with him. Right, so in the meantime, Neaterific's making the pod play. Zost is working on Desert, and Aussie is heading through the Dark Maze in Turtle Rock. Billy Mills, yeah, this is absolutely Aster's race to lose at this point. Okay, looks like he's starting to come back. And Moldworm 2 is so underwhelming we don't even get to see him. Meantime, Azure is up onto Aga 2, so we'll see how this fight goes for him. Zosh goes for Fire Rod strats on the Landmolus 1 and gets his green pendant out of it, because he's still looking for that mirror. Meantime, Aussie has reached Trinex as Nidorific's making his way through Pod.
And we can see it's so much easier with Tempered versus Master Sword.
Yeah, definitely. Zoe's heading to turn in that green pendant for $20.
And it looks like he's going back to Pod.
Meantime, Asder is fighting Ganon. I believe with Butter Sword, it's 6 slashes for phases 1 and 2. Then phase 3 is always 4 slashes, no matter what you have. And then phase 4, is ideally you stun him with a slash and then shoot him with a silver arrow.
I believe that is all correct.
And Asi has also now reached Ganon's tower. So we'll see if... Alright, looks like we got bacon, folks. Ganon is down for Aster, so we've got bacon, get your single G's in chat. Alrighty, looks like Ashi's gonna go full left, so he'll get to the rando room a hat faster than Aster did. Meantime, Zost is just about to the Helmasaur King. And yeah, Zost is gonna pull pad. Oh my, Aster has 75 super missiles max. That's more than enough to fight Mother Brain. So Helmasaur King was just holding the map. And Ossie's into the rando room. He'll get his big key in just a few seconds. Meantime, looks like Nidorific is into Eastern, and Ossie is heading up Ganon's tower. Yep, Zosh is going to pull pad.
Looking all over for that mirror, and it's just right at screw attack.
Now, we don't know what pad is. There's not much it could be. And it's plus 5 arrow capacity. And it looks like Elm got the baby Metroid skip. Very nice, Elm. All right, it looks like Zeus is finally going to make that quick lower North air dip. After not having much luck getting the, seemed like he was having trouble getting the ice beam Zepatite skip, but he got it. He got it. Mother Brain's first form has 3,000 HP, and you have to break the glass tube with a total of 18 projectiles. Her second form has 18,000 HP and takes standard damage from all sources. So that's 60 super missiles or 60 ice wave spacer charge shots, which is what Aster has. The super missiles fire faster, so that's most likely what he'll use.
It looks like Zeus decided to make a beeline for Variasuit to trade in his no mode for a go mode.
Yep, that looks like what he's doing. Ozzy actually techs the validation chest, and it's just a big 20. Aster setting up stand-up glitch. Ozzy opened up bag of 2 with a double. Then a whiff. And another whiff. And another double. So 200211. Now, Aster is actually dealing damage to Mother Brain's third form here, which has 36,000 health. Ozzy just going postal on Ganon. Gets a very quick phase 2. And Ozzy finishes off Ganon with a double. Very nice. Get your single G's in chat for him too.
Looks like Nitorific went back for Helmasaur King, so he must be thinking pet as well. Unfortunately, that is not the play.
And congratulations to Aster. He's finished in first place with a time of 2 hours, 56 minutes, 36 seconds. Well, let's see if we can get him in here for an interview. Zoe's going for X-ray strats on the Elite Space Pirates there. Meantime, Ossie's heading for Torian. And it looks like Aster has joined us. GG, bro.
GG.
So, that was honestly Rushlight pointed out the seat seemed pretty linear once you really got down to it. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, definitely. That's why I was so afraid that I was going to lose because of my bad checks, like Blue Burn Star turning up nothing, T-Rock, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Now, my standard question, what did you feel best about it in terms of your routing decisions?
There wasn't a lot that I felt really good about it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the best thing was that I didn't bail on top of wreck ship.
Yeah, the wreck ship paid out in spades for sure.
Okay, I see a good question. Why did you go mode Meridia? I felt behind. That's why.
Well, clearly it paid off. Now, the only thing that was of any real value that you didn't find was Half Magic, a check tool. Zeus and Nasi both checked that.
Did my stream go down for very long?
You were down for a minute or two, and then since then it's been slideshow.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. So here's another question. If you were to give the seat a letter grade for how fun it was, what would you give it?
I think I'd give it a C. It was the kind of seed where it was just really, it was a really stressful feeling behind after knowing how linear the start was. And also like the mirror at Skurtek, I meant to check that after Meyer, but I just forgot. And I checked a lot of other stuff before going back to it.
Yeah, Rushlight and I both forgot that could be there.
Yeah. Let's see, also... I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that I won. One of the other big things that I did well might have been, like, skipping left side swap, maybe? I don't know if anyone did that. I don't know, I can't think of too much, actually, that went super well.
I'm not actually sure how you got your lead. It was early on, but you just came out ahead at some point.
If it was early on, it was probably... might have been execution or route, or more efficient routing at the beginning. Because there was something that I kind of went straight away for. Oh, I never checked Hobo. I actually left a lot of holds. But
yeah, Hobo was Plasma Beam.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I didn't really need it. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Ganon's tower must have been frustrating. The way you routed it and then to have the key in the Rando room.
Yeah, that sucks. I thought for sure I was gonna lose. I was wondering how nobody was done yet. So my initial intention was to beat Desert for the Green Pendant, but since I wasted so much time in Blue Brinstar, I just decided I was going to peace out after Gravity. And then, so I was kind of worried about the Green Pendant too.
Yeah, Nidoריfic and Zeus both did Desert. The Green Pendant was just $20.
I'm surprised I was the first person to dive off for North Fair. Actually, no. Actually, that's one of the things I did do kind of early. Think about it. I didn't. Okay, my issue was I dived Upper North early. I didn't follow through on it right away. I was too scared. I had Book. I had what was it? Flippers, which led to Speed Booster and Boots at Zora, and then the logical way to go from there is Desert, and I didn't go there for some reason. I felt stupid about that. That's why I started skipping stuff.
You also made that quick check into Crumble Tower for the Moon Pearl. That paid off as well.
Oh yeah, I'm not used to that being an item that I need. Almost every single time I check it, it's nothing. But the fact that it was needed and I didn't have enough energy remaining to make it ice meant that it was also isolating Ice Beam.
Yeah, that was also nothing, so that didn't hurt you.
I'm still very surprised if I won this. This did not feel good at all.
It's the start of your seed. Everything you skipped was nothing.
Well, I checked a lot of things that were nothing too, so I guess I just ended up lucky in the end. This is kind of. I guess my strategy to try and make a comeback kind of worked, even though my Turtle Rock didn't work. But like most other things I did, I guess worked.
Nidoריfic did the same thing with Turtle Rock that you did.
Oh. We had kind of a stacked restream, I think. So
Absolutely, we did. You, Zost, Aussie, and Nidoryfic's pretty darn good too. I honestly can say I haven't seen him before.
he's all right. He's gotten into SM randos recently as well. Standalone. But yeah, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be ahead of these guys with the other bad calls that I made. Oh well.
Any given seed, any given night. Any final thoughts, Esther?
I guess I get to stay number one for a bit longer. That's it. Should probably get going.
Alrighty, well, thanks for coming in for the interview. Congratulations again on the win.
Thanks.
And in the meantime, Aussie has finished in second place with a time of 3 hours, 5 minutes, 11 seconds. All right, we're seeing if we can get Aussie in here for an interview. Meantime, Nidoryfic is most likely heading for... Oh, he still doesn't have his mirror. Oh, dear. So what is Nidoryfic doing at this point? All right, and we are now joined by Aussie 101. GG.
Hello, GG.
So yeah, as Rustlight pointed out, this was a pretty linear seed. What did you think of it?
There were branching points, I thought. I had the option of going to pod much sooner than I did.
Yeah, pretty much everybody put pod off.
Were there any Aghanim plays? Because I thought about it, real hard.
We did not see Aga 1, but we did have Nidoryfic and Zeus both pull pack.
What were they looking for? Pulling ped?
Mirror.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, Zost just got it about 10 minutes ago, maybe a little longer ago. The Nitorific still doesn't have
Wonder if they know that you can just check the screw attack location. I think GT Missiles is fine without Varia too.
GT Missiles is the one that's blocked by Space Jump. I think you mean GT Supers.
I probably do.
I wouldn't bet my life on it being in logic, though.
Yeah, especially because you have to check it, you have to fight Gold Torizo. Rather to keep it. Real quick, Nitorific's checking Plasma Beam location, and Zost is getting into Ganon's tower. Right, that out of the way, I'll see my standard question. What did you feel best about in terms of the routing decisions you made tonight?
That's when I was leaving off some of my one-offs until I could combine them with more checks later on. So specifically, that's the bat when I got powder. I waited until mirror. And also the first bottle.
Gotcha. So, if you were to give the seed a letter grade for how much fun you had with it, what would you give it?
This is in the D and F range. I had no fun at all.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, Aster only gave it a C when we talked to him.
Yeah, so it felt like it was a Hell Run seed pretty early on, but we didn't have enough E-tanks to really go for it. And so in that sense, it sent us to all the other areas first just to get E-tanks.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, then when I started Hell Runs, I got the Moon Pearl and just left, because I figured that was the big thing to look for, and maybe I could come back later with Varia and get the rest.
Yeah, and then Varia turned out to be locked by Mirror, which was in Lower Norfair through the cross-game portal.
Yeah, I needed flippers from Norfair to get boots, to get gravity, to get mitts, to get to Meyer for mirror.
Yeah, that's a hell of a progression chain.
Yeah, and so missing out on the flippers, I felt behind ever since then.
Certainly, it wasn't too bad. You're only about 9 minutes behind Aster.
Yep. It's also pretty sad to see Skullwoods not have anything.
Yeah, it always sucks when you dip. It always sucks when a dungeon doesn't pan out at all.
Yeah, I sequence broke the speed boost, as far as I knew, and that got me Fire Rod, but then Fire Rod didn't lead to anything. But going back to Upper Wreck Ship was very funny. That Bombos hook shot and Fire Rod all together.
I think almost everyone had to double dip that.
Yeah, I think the only featured runner who made it through, who went to Wreck Ship with the speed booster was Nitorific.
Did anyone see the Fire Rod and continue through bowling? Or is I the only one to drop out there?
Aster and Zost both checked it. So they knew it was there, they just didn't have the speed booster to get it.
But did they get hookshot while they were up there?
They did. Hookshot was the adamant gravity suit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All three of the restreams got it. Anything else you can think of you'd like to talk about regarding the seed, Aussie?
Just that I was thinking about going to Pod, like, just before I went back to Norfair. Like, that's why I decided I didn't want to dip another pendant, lose even more time. And instead of that, I went and checked all of the overworld.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because obviously we know Pod was the play.
How about some turtle rock dips? Did we have many of those?
Aster and Joe's both full cleared it up to Laser Bridge, but that had to leave because they hadn't done Pod for the ice rod.
Yeah, that's
Actually, I
something.
think. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's something that I was expecting a couple people to do. But I didn't want to commit to that.
All right. Any final comments, Aussie, before we let you go?
No, not really.
All right. Well, congratulations on taking place. Thanks for coming in for the interview, and we'll hope to see you next time.
Yep, thanks for commentating, and I'll see you next time as well.
All right, we've got Zost making his way up Ganon's tower. Meantime, Nidorevic is finally making the check, gets his mirror out of screw attack, and is heading. While we were talking to Aussie, Hitaka finished in third place with a time of 3 hours, 10:39.
I wonder if Nitorific knows about Varia's suit.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's entirely possible he didn't. When he was up on Death Mountain, he didn't scroll the camera far enough to see it. I mean, that was why, or either that or the check was too quick. Because that was why I didn't notice it when Aster was up there.
Or maybe he knows he's in. Maybe he's in no mode and is just gonna go mode the swamp. Actually, that would make sense since he can pick up Varia's suit on the way to Ganon's tower.
Gotcha. Meantime, Zost is just about to Moldorm 2 as Nidorevic is heading on through Swamp.
And he's keeping the chest, he knows.
Not sure what Zost could still be looking for. Like his tracker is literally completely filled in. Zost opens up the Aga 2 fight with a double. Then a triple, very nice. So 2-3-1 for Zost, very clean.
A solid fight. I find this to be so much harder than it looks.
So as Nidorific is making his way through Swamp, Zost is about to fight Ganon. Going for spin strats. Using the torch to mitigate recoil from the sword swings. Very clear. Ooh, takes a death before he can activate the cape. Had the cape equipped early that time. There we go, he's on to phase 3. And Nidorific is done with Swamp Palace, so he will be most likely heading for Ganon's Tower now. Zost gets the torch gets very handily. Oh no, he died again! Nidorific is heading for the top of Death Mountain. Okay, so moment of truth. Does Nidorific realize where the Varia suit is? He does. Hey, Marcellite, are you still there? You went awfully quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm still there. And
Okay.
that's official go mode for Nidorific.
And single G's in chat for Zost. Zost save and quits. Zost saves the game. Hard resets back to Super Metroid, and he'll be heading to Torian now. Donidorific's into Ganon's tower now. Although, once he's done, he's also got Ridley to worry about before he can do Mother Brain.
He did choose to go left first, so if he continues all the way through, that'll be as fast as it could possibly be.
Right.
But nope.
Is this a common route these days? Because Aster did this, Zos did this, and now Nidorific's doing it too.
I guess it's getting more common every day. But no, I don't see it that often.
Okie doke, I was just curious.
Aster does it all the time, though.
And tonight, at least, it could not have turned out worse for him. So Joe's making very quick work of the Metroids. No, I don't think Zost has Wave Beam. I don't think he went to the Mickey Mouse room. No, Franker Z room. So, charge Ice Plasma. He'll do 600 damage a shot to Mother Brain with each charge shot. Meantime, he's going for the Baby Skip. It's going to be tricky because he doesn't have that Wave Beam. Dropping a Power Bomb. I haven't seen that before. He's almost there. He got it! Very nice.
That is one way to do it. Nice, guess the speed Zeb skip.
Yeah, the speed Zeb skip is a little more consistent if you're able to get the quick charge on quick shine spark charge consistently. And now that we actually have a little time, we can introduce you to the Mother Brain restaurant because all of her attacks are food-based. There's a helping of onion rings, another helping, a french fry beam, the chicken nugget or the tater tot, whichever you'd prefer to call it.
That's all well and good, but do we have any condiments?
We do indeed, just not sure when she'll get to them. Come on, we need some condiments for our food here. Whoop. And there's the ketchup.
Well, that was good, but I'm ready for dessert. Or dessert.
And there's some rainbow sherbet for you. Ooh, Zos came real close to taking himself out on that. But he didn't, so now he's using up the rest of his missiles, because why not? And by being in the air when the game tries to force you to the kneeling position, which you saw, you now have full control over Samus during this cutscene. Aster did this too, I don't think Aussie did. That was close. I thought Zeus might have gotten himself stuck to the ground right there in front of Mother Brain. That would have been a soft lock.
Looks like he did, but some quick thinking got him out of it.
I wasn't aware you could get out of it, if that happened.
Neither was I, but I'm not surprised if the X-ray stand-up would work.
Ooh, Zeus pushed it right to the edge there, because if you have a regular beam shot on screen when the game transitions to the hyper beam, you can crash the game doing that. Meantime, Prier 57 had finished the race in 4th place for the time of 3 hours and minutes even. Zeus going for the blue bomber strat. That's the second time he's jumped a little too early. Is the third time the charm? Nope. How about 4th time? Yep, there we go.
Worth it for the style points.
Absolutely. You think maybe we'll see him save the animals?
I'd be surprised.
Looks like he was trying to go for the moonfall there, but couldn't get it. And now he's marking up the left side of the shaft instead of the right. What in the world?
What a madman.
Oh my, he might be saving the animals! Nope, just haunting them. Or maybe not.
Oh, that's a taunt.
And it looks like he's
But he
screwed the
missed.
taunt up. What is he doing? Well, that just happened.
And this is why no one wants to save the animals.
Alrighty, Zeus has now finished in 5th place for the time of 3 hours, 31 minutes, 6 seconds. And Nidourific is on phase 3 of Ganon.
In good shape with plenty of hearts, should go well.
And get your single G's in chat for Neaterific. Yep, Neaterific heading right for that cross-game portal. All right, it looks as though Zost hasn't answered me about coming in for an interview. Well, I'll keep an eye on the SRL chat in case he changes his mind. And he just officially declined, so we will not be having Zost in for an interview. But that gives us time to concentrate on Neaterific. Alright, so we've got Neaterific in the worst room in the game, as I said. Now into, I believe, Amphitheater?
Yep. Skips the Cane of Burna.
Why wouldn't you at this point? Make short work of the elite space pirates there. Looks like Neaterific's going to go for super missile strats on Ridley, which not a bad decision. And Ridley is down. It'll be interesting to see what route Neaterific takes. See if he takes the reverse route through Amphitheater to get back to the cross game portal, or if he goes out the hard way.
I expect he'll go back through the entrance. Guess not.
Huh. Yeah, looks like he's going out the typical route. If I had to guess, though, I'd say he's gonna, once he reaches Bubble Mountain, he's gonna go down to Frog Speedway, head through there to Business Center, and use that cross-game transition to save, then hard reset to spawn into the ship.
Sounds like a logical plan.
So he doesn't check Franker's Z-Room, so he does not get his wave beam. Yep. Alright, so he's now about 10-12 minutes from being done. Leadfeather 8989, you were asking if Aster did this a lot. Yeah, he actually, back when the Game Racing Channel did their tournament, he actually went undefeated. Meantime, Kara Karn has finished in 6th place with a time of 3 hours 41:16. So that leaves only Niterific and Zimnala off stream as the ones still racing. That is beyond a yes, man.
Niterific has made short work of the Metroid rooms and now turns off Screw Attack in preparation for the Ice Zeb skip.
Niterific gets grabbed by the Metroid, so it's going to drain his health. But he knows enough to face to the right, which suppresses about 45 frames worth of Samus's stand-up animation.
about this room. To go down, you need 2 power bombs, but to go up, you need just 1.
How does that work?
It's because there is a 2x2 block way up there that gets hit by the edge of the power bomb if you place it high enough.
I never knew that. Interesting.
It's not very relevant. No one goes up that room.
Gets the ice zap skip very cleanly. And Nidourific is on to Mother Brain too. So this will take 30 shots. Alright, Nidourific is setting up for the stand-up glitch. Alright, so Nidourific has got the stand-up glitch mostly achieved. Just got to get that last little bit.
Make sure to position the big Metroid so that it can get killed.
Exactly.
So what I was saying earlier about no one liking the animals because of that, I was just watching Zos get trapped in there and the animals going, if you don't save us, you're gonna die. I think that's evil. And so Nitorific skips them, putting evil in its place.
And Nitorific is in 7th place with a time of 3 hours, 49 minutes, 28 seconds. And we'll see if they'd like to come in for an interview as well. And we are now joined by Nitorific. GG.
Thank you. I'm a bit tilted.
Yeah, that was kind of a tilty seed.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, at one point I was in the plasma room and I stopped for a good minute. I actually pulled up the Google Doc to read the logic of hard mode, and it said Lower Norfair will never require Novaria, but Mirror was in Lower Norfair.
Right.
It was locked by Mirror.
Yeah. That one check of the screw attack, Jojo. I think that's the only part that is. I'm not sure if that's not made clear in the document that it should be.
Well, now I know. I'll make that check first next time, yeah.
So my standard question I ask everybody: what did you feel best about in terms of the routing decisions you made?
Well, I'm still kind of new at this, so in Super Metroid, I kind of just full clear because once you have access to an area, you can pretty much get everything except a few things that might be speed locked. But I think going to sequence breaking speed booster was a good move because I was able to grab the fire rod and Greg's ship on my first go, and I never had to go there again.
Yeah, you were the only one that didn't have to double dip Greg's ship.
That's pretty good. I don't really like Greg's ship, so that's if I can do it in one go, I do it. But my philosophy usually is when I start, I full clear into the past because I've been trolled far too many times by a space jump at Agina's or a morph ball at just some isolated location. I think I would have had a much better time if I had known about the mirror, but these things happen. Rando will rando you sometimes.
Yeah, it happens. So here's another question. If you had to give the seed a letter grade for how much fun you had, what would you give?
Oh, I don't know. It was a B+. Wasn't bad. We got space jump early, so it made a bunch of difficult maneuvers not necessary. Yeah.
Yes, space jump and screw attack were both very early. Those two together are a lot of Super Metroid progression.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can do pretty much everything. It makes Gauntlet trivial. Forgot what Gauntlet had. Probably nothing, but
Yeah, Gauntlet was junk.
okay.
So, Rushlight, do you have any questions for Neaterific?
Yep. About that mirror, was not knowing that what pushed you to go to Turtle Rock?
Yeah, I thought I did. I even went back to Palace of Darkness because I miscounted an item and I thought maybe I skipped a chest. So I went back and checked all the chests. No, I got them all. So I said, well, maybe screw attack doesn't count as it being in Lower North Fair per the logic. So it was my last check before I was about to forfeit because I figured I must have skipped something and marked it off on my tracking. But then I said maybe that one location doesn't count, and I checked and mirror was there.
Well, we're glad that you carried on and found it and kept going.
Yeah, it would have been pretty disappointing to forfeit there.
So, was there a particular part of the seed that you liked more than another part?
I'm always kind of happy, but also disappointed at the same time when we get space jump early because a bunch of cool maneuvers you have to learn to be able to, play many seeds are not necessary anymore. But at the same time, it made life easy, so I don't know. I'm ambivalent.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. It's convenient, but it's not as challenging.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
Even more so with Screw Attack, you can just fly through everything.
Oh yeah, it's easy mode. So aside from the mirror, I think overall I was doing pretty well, but I even blind pulled Ted. I thought nobody had finished. Well, I mean, Asder had finished, but he finished late for him, so I was like, well, maybe it's in a really, really trolly location like Pedestal. So I pulled Ted in. It was an arrow extension.
Yeah, Zost pulled it too.
I think everybody got trolled by mirror.
Yeah, I think everybody did. So you have any last comments, Neaterific, before we let you go?
Fancy, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being on the restream. I had fun watching you.
Thank you, goodbye.
Have a good night. And with that, folks, all 4 of our restream runners are done, so I think we're about ready to call it for the night. Rushlight, do you have any final comments?
Not really.
Alrighty then, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I had a great time calling this alongside you, Rushlight. Thank you for hopping in.
You're welcome. I did my best.
Like I said, this was your first time. You'll improve. I certainly did.
Yeah, I hope to.
So he's Rushlight, I'm Big Box, and we have been Speed Gaming 4. See you next mission.